Okay, so we're just going to take a look at getting started with Microsoft Office Online and the key part of Microsoft Teams. So first of all, we just need to head over to office.com and we'll be presented with a login page, and we can click sign in, and that will log us in with our school email address. Once you've got through by putting in your school email address and password on those pages, you'll get through to the Microsoft Office homepage. And you can see down the side we've got the different Microsoft Office applications that you'd then be able to use, and today we're going to be focusing mainly on the use of Microsoft Teams. So if we click on Microsoft Teams, that'll take us through to a login page if we've not used it before, and at this point we can just download the Microsoft Teams Windows app to our computer or tablet, and that will then install it onto the machine so we can load it from there from then on. If we wish to just stay in keeping it within the browser, then we can click use web app instead, but we would recommend downloading the app. It can be downloaded on different devices, phones as well, and all of that will sync together and work in the same way. So once we've got into Microsoft Teams, you can see down the left hand side we've got different items that can be taking place. So we've got activity, so that'll notify you of things that are happening. We've got a chat function we'll look at later. We've got a calendar that you can add items to, or lessons can be added to. Assignments, in terms of keeping track of work that's been set as assignments for us. Teams, which is the icons we can see at the moment, where each of our lessons will be set up as a team. And then we have got calls and files as well. So at the moment we're on the Teams page, so we'll have different tiles to show the different teams that we belong to. So there should be one for each of our subjects. And I'm going to click on into my... Okay, so once we're in the team for that subject, we can see just to the left there are possibly different channels. Every subject will have a general channel, but some subjects may split into separate areas that they'll use different channels to organise, and that'll be explained to students during their lessons. Across the top we've got the different elements of the team. So we've got posts, files, there could be a class notebook, again depending on how that subject is organised, assignments, grades and more. So each will definitely have posts and assignments, and there'll be access to files that students can then navigate and download what they need. We're in the posts at the moment, so this is where all the activity that takes place within that team, a notification appears in this post, so it's a constantly updating stream of all the activity for that particular team. The files area, again, that could have all the different files and topic folders that staff have made available to students. And the assignments area is where actual assignments or tasks could be built and set, and that's where also we could be then looking for students to submit online work so that that can be assessed. Down at the bottom you'll see new conversation. Important thing to note here is that this conversation would be in the general post for that particular team. So you've got to think this would be going to the teacher, any other teachers attached to this, and all the students in that team. So think carefully about if you're choosing to do that new conversation, that would be a post everyone could see. Would you stand up in class and say that out loud in front of everybody or to the teacher? Or do we need to be thinking about possibly using the chat function? So if you click on chat, that'll take you through to somewhere where you can actually then search for your teacher's name, and then you'd be in a private conversation where you can ask for particular help with something, or let the teacher know something that you're struggling with, or that you need some extra extension work. But that becomes more of a one-to-one chat function, rather than being posted so that everyone else can see what's being said. Again, if we then go back to the general Teams page, and we this time click into assignments. That's going to take us through to the assignments page, and we might be able to see the different assignments that have been set throughout, and if clicking into each of these would give the exact details that the member of staff has explained, the right resources that they've attached to that assignment, and also how that might need to be submitted. So a quick summary. So Microsoft 365 is freely available to you. The Teams area is used to share resources, assign home learning, set tasks and more. And the important thing to remember is different subjects will need to work in different ways to be as effective as possible with using this Teams area. So moving between different teams, you might see it looking slightly different, but it is the one platform there that we can use to communicate directly with home, so that parents, students, carers know that this is the one area to check, and then this might signpost us off into different areas or other online platforms to then complete the key work that we're looking for. You can just use your school login information and passwords to get into these. And coming soon, we're going to be opening another opportunity to purchase student devices with payment plans, and we're going to be providing more specific information on the different learning platforms used in school specific to certain subjects. So just to thank you from all of us at the Grove School for your continued support in these difficult and challenging times, and there'll be more updates coming soon.